Hi all, as a team we have chosen personal finance tracker as our project. In this project we have broken into two sprints. Sprint 1 started on 26th of April and ended on 30th April. Duration is 5 days. The tasks are registration, view financial summary and transaction. So the sprint 2 planning, sprint 2 started on 1st of May and ended on 5th of May. Duration is 5 days. The tasks of which are create budget, filter transaction, password recovery. So this is the front page of the application. So there are two options. Either the user can log in or register. So I'll click the register. Once the user fills all the mandatory details and clicks register, the account has been created, but it's not activated yet. So the user can't log in. So he will be getting an confirmation email, a link. So the user should confirm the link. So it's already confirmed user. So we have already done this. Confirm your email. So currently gonna log into the system. So I'll be moving to the login page. I'll be logging in. So this is the dashboard of the user. So he has saving goals and everything. So he can add transactions by clicking add transactions. By filling all the mandatory details and add transaction, the transaction will be added. There are types like income and expense. What are the categories and everything. So I'll cancel it for now. So the green indicated ones are income, the red indicated ones are expense. So when we go to the budget, so the user can add budget like selecting the categories, like he can select the period also, monthly, quarterly or yearly. So here you can see the list of the budget. So when recommendations, so the user gets a monthly recommendation according to his spendings and incomes. And there's a settings column, so the user can change his profiles, appearance, security settings as change the email and the password, and the developer mode. And there is another option. The user can set budgets like saving goals. So the user can set a goal here and he can put an deadline. It's an optional one. So he can add the goal. So here are the added goals. So you can see the progress, the target amount, and the current now up to how much he has saved, and the deadline and the status of it. And user can log out through the logout button, and he has a full feature forget password. So I'll enter the email and I'll click forget password. So a link has been sent to this email. Reset your password here. So once the user clicks reset password, he can reset his account.
Hello, my name is Tudita Jarat. So I'll be working on it today. I will explain what I'm doing for this project. As a role, I was doing a Scrum Master, and also I was helping with the full stack development for front end and back end development, architectural design, and database engineer. So in this here, I will discuss about agile development, how do we do with extreme programming with Scrum, and what are the user stories, what are the exception criteria, and test-driven development. Also, pair programming, how we did it, and also how we develop this application for the client and the server, and also the database layer, the versioning, how we added it. So as example, first I will go through with how do we do with these user stories and all the stuff as a Scrum Master. So daily we had a routine, like we take all the stand up and through there. So we will discuss like what in the stand up as a Scrum Master. I will ask them like what we developed yesterday and what are you doing now, and is there any blockers. That was like a simple way. So in this agile process, what we do, like we use the Git to all our project management related work, like keeping all the backlog and sprint planning. And we decided to go with this project for a two sprint, and it went really well. And in meantime, I was taking initiative to do all the Scrum meeting, do the review, and although after the finish of the one of the sprint, we do the retro on there and to get together about is there something went wrong or everything went perfectly. So this is one of the iteration that we already completed. Then that's how it went through. And there also we had all the issues in link with the gate, and there was all the pull requests that we created from us, and they are really evaluated. And in here, if you go there, like as example in our configuration, these things work. Like as example, what we developed, we added all the screenshot and everything. So if you go there, like we will explain like what are the features that we had and how it's going to be. Is there any exception criteria? And it is, if it is there's exception criteria, how it's going to be. That's how it went. So as a client side and front end development and back end development, we decided to work with the white as our front end development tool. And for make things easy, faster, and secure and more reliable work, we use the Superbase using for our authentication for, and also with our um, database layer and for storage facilities, for saving our like all the profile pictures and everything. uh, so there. And also in our project, like all the test driven development and everything was handled by all other my members, and we all had a part of the every role to get idea about how this agile process is going to be work. So I will show you like what we decided to work on. So we have set up in our project, in as a client project, in the white background, and in there we were very careful with the configure the code with the ESLint. And also we added test cases for our project to testing, and that for a continuous test development for the app. And most of the components that we took for the React and build in a really good architecture, like easily any member can come to our project and easy to understand like what are the pages, what are the libraries that we use, is there any integrations, yes, is there any hooks or context, like example for managing all the authentication, and also all the components related to the UI components, the huge part in there, because we had a really big amount of UI component in there. And for accessibility level in our project, we were able to add like when you go to the settings section, if you want a light environment, and or if you want to dark environment or use the system environment that already using that one will. And also for helping for the developers to understand what's the how the backend work, we divided it through authentication, transaction, budget, and the saving goals part, and we added all the API document to the same project. As a developer, if you logged in, you will see this development option that you can generate this one, maybe for expanded this project for a mobile application as well. That's all our front end and back end work. And apart from that one, when we go to the database tier, and we were very careful to divide all the tables architecture, how it's going to be. So we use Superbase for that one. We divided all for like profiles, transaction, budgets, and the saving goals. In there, we were very careful with the understanding like all the columns that we want to there and validate with the correct format. Pair programming, we use the LiveShare to for pair programming, so it will be easy for us to contact with our collaborative and check with the code and get help with that the thing that we wanted to express. So as a versioning, so we are using the releasing from the GitHub as well. So in there, if you go to the releasing section, so we added this is one of our first release, and this is the last of the release as a beta release that we did, like what are the features that we're going to do and what are the documentation to easily understand, and the improvement and known issues that we found out from our project will be added into there.
In the development of our finance tracker application, we adopted the Scrum framework to manage our agile process efficiently. The journey began with the product owner defining and prioritizing the product backlog based on user needs and business goals. Scrum allowed us to stay flexible, focused, and continuously improve through structured ceremonies like sprint planning, daily stand-ups, sprint reviews, and retrospectives. We organized our work into 2 focus sprints, each lasting 5 days. Sprint 1 ran from April 26th to 30th, and Sprint 2 from May 1st to 5th. This sprint-based structure helped us deliver incremental progress, allowing the team to manage tasks in smaller, more achievable segments. Our product backlog acted as the foundation for sprint planning, It included user stories, feature enhancements, and bug fixes, all prioritized by business value. By refining the backlog regularly, we ensured that each sprint focused on the most relevant and impactful work. We used a project roadmap as a strategic planning tool, displayed in timeline view using GitHub projects. The roadmap outlined major milestones, deadlines, and deliverables. Each item was mapped with start and end dates and tagged with assigns and priorities. This visual planning tool kept the entire team aligned with the project's direction and made it easier to allocate resources and adapt timelines based on ongoing feedback. To manage the progress of tasks within each sprint, we used GitHub's project board as our Scrum board. This board was organized into columns like to do, in progress, review, done. Each task was represented by a card that moved across these stages as work progressed. This visual workflow ensured that all team members had a clear view of what was happening. Throughout the sprint, we conducted daily stand-up meetings. These were short, forced sessions where each team member shared what they had completed, what they were currently working on, and any blockers they were facing. These meetings helped maintain alignment, fostered team communication, and allowed us to adapt quickly. This continuous cycle of planning, executing, reviewing, and improving allowed us to stay user focused, deliver high quality features quickly, and manage complexity through collaboration.
Let's explore how Git and CI/CD streamline modern software development. In today's fast-paced environment, teams rely on these tools to collaborate efficiently and release updates quickly and safely. Git is a distributed version control system. It tracks every code changes, allow multiple developers to work on different branches, and make it easy to revert to earlier version. Developers clone a repo, make changes, commit them, and push to a shared repository. Others can pull those changes, and branches help manage features or fix separately. CI/CD standard for continuous integration and continuous deployment. It automates the testing and deployment process when code is pushed. The CI/CD pipeline runs, it builds test packages and can even deploy the app automatically. Tools like GitHub Action, Jenkins, and GitLab CI handle this smoothly. Git and CI/CD work together. Push code or opening a pull request can trigger test or deployment. This ensures quality before managing anything into the main branch. Together, they provide full change history, faster release, fewer bug, and easier rollback. To use them efficiently, commit often, use clear messages, work on feature branches, write tests, protect the main branch, and secure your secret.
The project successfully applied the agile methodologies, including the Scrum, extreme programming, developed the personal finance tracker web application through iterative sprint, continuous integration, and collaborative tool like GitHub and VS Code Live Share. The team delivered the three functionalities releases with the incremental features, agile practices such as daily stand-up, Scrum planning, respective adaptability, transparency, and continuous improvement. The outcome include the well-structured application with a robust client-side architecture, effective version controlling, and high quality deliveries aligning with the user needs. The agile approach focused the framework, flexibility, and effective problem solving throughout the project. That's it. Thank you very much.